When you feel stuck in life, like you're doing everything right, but nothing's changing, you might be experiencing what spiritual teachers have long recognized as divine timing. Have you noticed how sometimes life seems to hold you in place, even when you're ready to move forward? Or perhaps you've felt that strange tension between knowing you need to change and feeling unable to take action. These aren't random occurrences or cruel cosmic jokes. They're actually signs that something profound is unfolding behind the scenes. Today, we're going to explore 3 unmistakable signs that you're experiencing a divine delay rather than a denial. Understanding these signs can transform your perspective on waiting periods, helping you see them not as obstacles, but as sacred preparation for what's coming next. Before we explore these signs together, I invite you to take a moment to center yourself and receive this truth. Divine delays are not denials. They are sacred preparations for experiences, relationships, and opportunities that require a deeper level of readiness than you can imagine right now. Let's speak this affirmation together. I trust that every delay in my life serves my highest good. Take a moment to feel the truth of these words, and we strongly encourage you to share this affirmation in the comments. Help us build a community that resonates with clarity, even in times of doubt. Or share your own experience with divine timing in the comments below. We've spent time studying hundreds of experiences from our Better Life community, and what we've discovered might surprise you. From medical professionals feeling called to more holistic paths, to parents noticing profound spiritual patterns in their families, to individuals navigating complete life upheavals. These stories have revealed something remarkable about divine timing. What looks like stagnation on the surface often masks an intricate process of preparation happening at the soul level. We've seen this pattern emerge repeatedly through our energy reading surveys, where our community members have shared their experiences of waiting and uncertainty. If divine delays are weighing heavily on your heart, right now, we invite you to participate in our Divine Timing Energy Reading, which you'll find linked in the description below. Through this work, we've helped many find clarity and purpose in their waiting periods, understanding that which can often feel like setback are actually carefully orchestrated moments of divine choreography, preparing you for opportunities and experiences that require a deeper level of readiness than you might imagine. Let's start with the first sign of divine timing, the constant urge for change, despite external stillness. When you feel something stirring deep in your soul, a knowing that won't let you rest, yet your external world remains unchanged, you might be experiencing the first sign of divine delay. Consider one member of our community who shared a particularly moving experience of this phenomenon. As a medical professional who recently experienced a profound spiritual initiation, she found herself receiving intense downloads about alternative healing methods, ancient Egyptian wisdom, and innovative ways to transform the healthcare system. Her dreams became vivid with symbols of transformation, and she felt called to write books, create songs, and even establish a holistic healing center. Yet she still needed to show up daily at her traditional medical practice, where none of these expanded visions could immediately manifest. Her story teaches us something profound about this first sign of divine delay. This tension between your current life and your soul's calling often shows up when you're being prepared for a significant transformation. Like medical doctor friend discovered, it's not only about abandoning your current path, but about allowing a deeper integration to emerge. She found herself questioning not just her career, but her entire way of being in the world. This is often how divine delay first appears, not as a clear directive to change everything, but as a gentle, yet persistent knowing that something more is possible. Think of this phase like a seed beginning to sprout beneath the soil. On the surface, nothing appears to be happening, but underneath, an entire new life form is taking shape. This is exactly what's happening within you during this phase of divine delay. We see this especially in people who are successful in their current path, but feeling called to something more meaningful, experiencing increased intuition or spiritual awareness while maintaining everyday responsibilities. Sensing they have a bigger purpose, but feeling unclear about the next steps. Noticing synchronicities and signs pointing toward change, yet feeling unable to move forward. The ancient Egyptians understood this phase as a sacred initiation, a time when the soul begins to awaken to its true purpose, while the outer world remains unchanged. They knew that this tension between inner knowing and outer circumstances wasn't a mistake, but a necessary crucible for transformation. Let's explore why this delay is actually perfect divine timing. When our medical doctor friend first felt the call to expand her healing work, she initially felt frustrated by not being able to immediately leave her traditional practice. But, through guidance, she came to understand that this period of straddling both worlds was essential. It allowed her to build a bridge between conventional and holistic healing, develop the strength needed for her eventual transition, learn to trust her inner knowing while maintaining external responsibilities, create a unique fusion of scientific knowledge and intuitive wisdom. This is the hidden gift of divine delay. It creates space for integration rather than forcing us to choose between seemingly opposite paths. During this phase, your task isn't to force external change, but to fully honor and develop your inner readiness. Here are sacred practices to help you navigate this time. First, start what we call a vision journal. Document not just your goals, but the subtle ways you feel yourself changing. Notice the dreams that visit you, the ideas that won't leave you alone, the gentle nudges toward your future self. Second, develop your capacity to hold paradox. Practice sitting with both your current reality and your emerging vision. Like our medical doctor, learning to bridge traditional and holistic healing, you too can learn to hold space for seemingly contradictory truths. Third, create small rituals that honor both worlds. For example, if you're in a corporate job but feel called to more spiritual work, you might start your workday with meditation. Find ways to bring more compassion into your current role. Study your future path during lunch breaks. Practice seeing your current work as preparation for your future calling. Remember, this phase of divine delay isn't about the universe denying your desires. It's about preparing you to receive them in their highest form. The stillness you're experiencing externally is actually a cocoon of transformation, protecting the profound changes taking place within. But what happens when this inner stirring gives way to actual change? When life begins systematically removing what no longer serves your evolving path? This leads us to our second sign of divine delay. When life begins systematically removing things you once thought were essential, it's natural to feel like everything is falling apart. Yet from a higher perspective, this emptying process serves a sacred purpose, creating space for what's truly aligned with your evolving soul. Like a garden being cleared before new planting, these losses aren't punishments, but rather divine preparation for your next chapter. Consider how nature herself demonstrates this wisdom. In autumn, trees don't cling desperately to their leaves. They release them in perfect timing, knowing that this letting go is essential for new growth. Similarly, when multiple areas of your life begin dissolving simultaneously, it's often a sign that you're being prepared for a profound transformation. This emptying process can take many forms. You might find long-term relationships naturally concluding, career paths suddenly closing, or living situations requiring unexpected changes. Some in our community have shared experiences of losing jobs they thought were secure, relationships they believed would last forever, or homes they had carefully built. One particularly moving example came from someone who experienced the end of a 20-year marriage, a career transition, and a relocation, all within months. While initially devastating, these changes created the exact conditions needed for their authentic path to emerge. The universe operates with incredible precision in these moments. It often removes things in a specific order, first what's most obviously misaligned, then gradually moving to deeper layers. Think of it like a skilled sculptor removing excess stone to reveal the masterpiece within. Each piece that falls away brings you closer to your true form. What makes this phase particularly challenging is its thoroughness. Unlike regular life changes that might affect one area at a time, divine emptying often touches multiple aspects of your life simultaneously. This comprehensive clearing serves a crucial purpose. It prevents you from falling back into old patterns or replacing old situations with similar misaligned ones. However, this emptying phase isn't just about loss, it's about creation. In sacred traditions, emptiness is viewed as a fertile void, a cosmic womb where new possibilities gestate. When you find yourself in this space, you're actually being given a rare gift, the opportunity to consciously choose what you want to cultivate in your life, rather than simply accumulating by default or habit. The key to navigating this phase gracefully lies in understanding its deeper purpose. Rather than resisting the emptying process or rushing to fill the void, you're invited to sit with the sacred uncertainty. This requires tremendous trust. Trust that the universe isn't abandoning you, but rather creating space for something far more aligned with your soul's purpose. To work with this energy effectively, consider these sacred practices. Create release rituals to honor what's leaving. Light a candle, write a letter of gratitude to the closing chapter, or perform a simple ceremony to mark the transition. This helps your soul process the changes at a deeper level. Practice sitting with emptiness through daily meditation or contemplation. Instead of viewing empty spaces in your life as problems to be solved, see them as sacred containers being prepared for future blessings. Document synchronicities and signs that appear during this phase. Often, the universe provides subtle hints about what's being prepared for you, but these can be missed if you're too focused on what's being lost. Remember, every ending creates space for a new beginning. Every loss opens the door for a more aligned replacement, and every void contains the seeds of its own fulfillment. As you move through this phase, trust that the universe's timing is perfect. The very things being removed are precisely what would have prevented your next level of growth. By surrendering to this sacred emptying, you allow your life to be reconstructed in alignment with your highest good. Having explored how the universe creates space through release, we now enter perhaps the most mystifying phase of divine delay. Just as nature abhors a vacuum, this emptying process is often accompanied by our third sign, a sudden increase in spiritual awareness that feels both exciting and confusing. When your spiritual awareness suddenly amplifies through vivid dreams, recurring numbers, or an unexplainable knowing, yet you lack clear guidance on what to do with these insights, you're likely experiencing the third sign of divine delay. This phenomenon creates a fascinating paradox. While your intuitive abilities are heightening, the practical path forward remains shrouded in mystery. From our work with the spiritual community, we've witnessed this pattern repeatedly. One particularly striking example came from a member of our community who was trying to unravel the meaning of a remarkable pattern. All 3 of her children were born on new moons. This synchronicity felt deeply significant to her, too precise to be mere coincidence, yet she struggled to understand its full meaning. What's fascinating about her story isn't just the celestial alignment itself, but how it demonstrates an important aspect of increased intuition without clear direction. Through our guidance, we helped her understand that sometimes the most profound spiritual insights aren't meant for immediate action or intervention. In her case, while she sensed this lunar connection held deep significance for her family's spiritual journey, the wisdom lay in resisting the urge to impose meaning or direction. Instead, she was being called to develop what we might call sacred witnessing, the ability to hold space for spiritual significance while allowing its purpose to unfold naturally. This perfectly illustrates how divine delays during periods of increased intuition often serve as invitations to develop deeper spiritual maturity. Like this mother, you might receive profound insights or notice remarkable patterns. But the higher wisdom isn't about figuring everything out immediately. Instead, it's about learning to trust the gradual unfolding of understanding. Her experience teaches us something profound about this third sign of divine delay. Sometimes, our role isn't to decipher or direct, but to create space for divine purpose to reveal itself in its own timing. Just as she learned to trust that each child would discover their own relationship to this celestial rarity, we too must learn to hold our spiritual insights with open hands, allowing their deeper meaning to emerge naturally. This example reminds us that increased intuition doesn't always call for immediate action. Sometimes it's an invitation to develop our capacity for spiritual patience and discernment, trusting that the full meaning of our insights will unfold in perfect divine timing. The universe often delivers spiritual insights in advance of their practical application for a profound reason, like a seed requiring time in darkness before it can sprout. These spiritual downloads need an incubation period. During this time, the information integrates not just into your conscious mind, but into your entire being, your emotional body, your energy field, and your physical reality. Many in our community report experiencing prophetic dreams that feel significant but don't immediately make sense. Repeated number sequences appearing at crucial moments. Animal messengers showing up in unusual ways. Sudden knowing about future events or others' experiences. Heightened sensitivity to energy and emotions. This increased intuition without clear direction serves several important purposes. First, it helps attune your spiritual antenna, teaching you to trust and interpret subtle guidance. Second, it prepares you energetically for future events or roles that aren't yet visible in your physical reality. Third, it develops your capacity to hold uncertainty while maintaining faith in divine timing. To work with this energy effectively, consider establishing a spiritual documentation practice. Create what we call an intuitive archive, a sacred space where you record all spiritual downloads, dreams, signs, and synchronicities. This isn't just about keeping records. It's about creating a dialogue with the divine. Often, the meaning of these messages becomes clear only in retrospect, when you can look back and recognize the breadcrumb trail of guidance that was leading you forward. Here are some practical ways to honor and work with this phase. Begin each morning with a meditation specifically designed to integrate spiritual insights. Rather than seeking immediate answers, focus on holding space for the mystery to unfold. Practice sitting with questions like, what is trying to emerge through me? Or, how am I being prepared? Pay attention to your body's wisdom during this time. Often, when we receive spiritual downloads, our physical body responds with subtle signals, goosebumps, heart flutters, or a sudden sense of knowing in your gut. These physical responses can help validate the significance of certain messages or insights. Remember, this gap between spiritual knowing and practical application isn't a mistake. It's a sacred invitation to develop trust in divine timing. Just as a pregnant woman knows she carries new life long before the child is born, you're being asked to nurture these spiritual insights before their time of manifestation arrives. Trust that every download, every dream, every synchronicity is helping to weave the tapestry of your future path. The clarity you seek will emerge naturally as your inner knowing aligns with external opportunities. Until then, your task is simply to remain open, attentive, and trusting of the process unfolding through you. These three signs, internal stirring, sacred emptying, and increased intuition, weave together to create a complete tapestry of divine timing. Each phase builds upon the last, creating the perfect conditions for your emergence into a new chapter of life. As we've explored these three signs of divine delay, remember that every period of waiting carries its own sacred purpose. No matter how difficult these phases are, you must understand Each phase serves your highest good. Your task isn't to rush through these delays or force your way past them. Instead, you're invited to see them as evidence that the universe is orchestrating something far more magnificent than what you could create through sheer force of will. Like a master artist preparing a canvas or a skilled gardener preparing soil for precious seeds, divine timing is creating the perfect conditions for your next chapter to unfold. Remember, a divine delay isn't the universe saying no. It's the universe saying, wait, there's more preparation needed. Every moment of waiting is actually a moment of becoming. Your desires haven't been denied. They're being refined and perfected in ways you can't yet see. If you found this exploration helpful, please like and subscribe for more insights into spiritual growth and personal transformation. If you're interested in an energy reading, click the link in our video description to discover more. Until next time, trust the unfolding of your path, knowing that everything is happening in perfect divine timing on your path to a better life.